Third all-time in playoff wins with a record of 15-3 in just 6 years as a starter. First black quarterback to win back-to-back Super Bowls. First player ever with 3 Super Bowl MVPs before the age of 30. First player across all 4 major sports to have 3 championships and 2 MVPs within their first 7 seasons since Larry Bird in the 80s. And he is the only NFL player on this list. Patrick Mahomes has officially ascended the Chiefs into an official dynasty. And man, I truly have to ask the question that is on everyone's mind at this point. Does he really have a chance at the GOAT debate? And I think the answer is yes. What this man did in this Super Bowl cannot be understated. You see the safety and McCole Hardman. These are the 2 players you want to watch on this play in particular. By the time McCole Hardman gets to the top of his route, I mean, the safety that I had in blue, he was supposed to be back, but he came up because of play action, which pretty much leaves McCole Hardman one-on-one with a safety, and he's just going to beat both of them to the spot, as the other safety didn't even know where the ball was. I want to say that's Tayshaun Gibson. He was the one that bit on the play action and was misplaced, and McCole Hardman just pretty much just runs right by him. He's clueless to where the ball is. So it was basically a one-on-one with the safety all the way to the far hash. I mean, but Mahomes is just on another level, man. Bosa's going to get instant pressure off the edge, and it doesn't even matter. He's just going to step up, roll out. Now Chase Young gets pressure, right? At this point, I'm watching it live. I thought he was going to run, but instead he's going to hit Watson across body. I mean, you don't even teach your quarterbacks to do that. This is just certain things that Mahomes is going to get away with. You do not throw across your body over the middle of the field. They teach you that in Pop Warner, you know what I mean? So there's just certain things Mahomes can get away with. Now, obviously, I will say when this play happened, I thought the game was over. I'm not going to lie. When he threw that pick where he like slightly overthrew Kelsey or overthrew him by a good amount, I genuinely thought it was over. I was like, the Niners are going to win. I really did. I honestly thought it was over. Like, end of the GOAT debate. He done lost by what? That's 2 Super Bowl losses. He only had 2 rings, you know what I mean? Could have changed his entire legacy. And then we have the legacy defining play, in my opinion. Probably the most important play of the game, in my opinion, in terms of momentum. Because at this moment, that boy knew he fucked up. Because, boy, that ball hit his foot. And I feel bad for Ray McCloud. He was on the Steelers at one point, always rooting for him. But, man, it hit his foot. And he had one chance at it, and he just completely missed it. He had one good chance at it, and he completely missed it, man. You hate to see it. But that would eventually lead to this play now. When Dre Greenlaw went down, that was hard to watch. And this play is going to be an example of why he was very important, because watch what's going to happen here. The safety comes down to pick up Pacheco. At least that's what it looks like. And the linebacker that replaced Dre Greenlaw is in the yellow circle with MVS. That corner, I don't know what the corner was doing, honestly. I guess he was supposed to be manned up with Kelsey. But you could tell it was either miscommunication or that linebacker was supposed to pick up MVS, because MVS is just going to run straight past him. He doesn't even have a clue. But I feel like that had to be miscommunication. So at that point, all the momentum swinged after that punt return. Now on this one, the safety in the blue, he's making it look like it's one high. Instead, they're going to come out in cover 2. They just disguised it as maybe like a cover 1-ish play with one high safety. And Mahomes is just going to read that and throw to Watson wide open after the flat route takes the corner and makes him stay. I want to say that's Pacheco that went into the flat. So at this point, this is when everyone knew the Niners might be cooked, because Mahomes was cooking with some grease at this point. And I feel like the number one attribute Mahomes has that does not get talked about enough is just his avoidance of negative plays. Because on a play like this, any other quarterback, it's probably 2 quarterbacks getting out of that, and that's Fields and Lamar. Like, he does not take a lot of negative plays. And then on this one, I want to say that's Noah Gray who's going to make play of the game. And I want y'all to remember this play, because this play is going to be very vital coming back later in the video. But Noah Gray is somewhat going to set a pick on Warner, and that springs Kelsey, basically open, like wide open, even though he really wasn't. Like, Warner was on it, but just that half a step that Kelsey got because of Gray, that was enough to get him that first down. in a crucial part of the game. And then we get Mahomes on the read option. I mean, at this point, I think we all knew it was over. Like, Mahomes was locked in. They're just picking up every first down. And then once again, the play I just showed, they're going to run the exact same play. They just ran it a different way for a different person. Instead of having, I want to say is that McCole Hartman, I think, in the blue? And he's going to basically pick for Rice. And as you can see, it's the exact same play. I mean, it is literally the same play, except it's going the opposite way. And this was on third down, crucial play in the game. And they're going to convert. And at this point, like I said, I think we all knew Mahomes was dialed in, and it was not looking good for the Niners at this point. Definitely going to drop a video on the Niners angle of this, but man, I mean, honestly, what can you do about this? Mahomes was just dialed in. They did everything right on this play in particular, where it was just basically no one open, and it doesn't matter because at this point, Mahomes is dialed in. He just going to run straight around Warner and gets about 20 yards. And then we get to the final play, the play that really sealed it. And honestly, can you even blame Logan Ryan? Kinda, because he hesitates a little bit on this one. I have him circled. But, like, I mean, he was put in a bad position. Like, you're going to see once the play starts, he's kind of going to get caught looking in the backfield. And just looking in that backfield for half a second was enough, especially because at this point, they've set you up clean with Kelsey going up the field to block that corner, knowing the ball's going to McCole Hartman. And just like that, Mahomes has Super Bowl ring number 3. I mean, as I've stated, Mahomes at this point in his career is one of the most accomplished quarterbacks in NFL history. And I do think that at this point, he is the best quarterback I've ever witnessed with my own 2 eyes. Now, best quarterback does not mean he's the GOAT. Though I do personally believe, just based off how much he's accomplished in such a short amount of time, I personally do think he has a solid argument to be in the GOAT debate, but he still has to catch Brady with the accolades and accomplishments. So obviously he's not quite like definitively the quote unquote GOAT, but I do think he is the best quarterback of all time, just off of pure talent. But once you add the accolades and compare it to just anyone who's this far into their career, I genuinely don't think you can honestly make an argument for anyone else. Not no Aaron Rodgers, maybe Brady. I can't remember exactly how many rings Brady had at this point. I want to say he had 3. But, I mean, I don't even know what argument you could really make against Mahomes right now. I mean, he just went back-to-back after losing Tyreek Hill a few years ago, and everyone thinking, oh, the Chiefs ain't gonna be the same, the defense ain't good. And instead, I mean, all they did was just improve the defense and basically say, hey, Mahomes and Kelsey, take us there. And after all that controversy throughout the season with the drops and everything else, this team still prevailed in the end. And that's honestly a scary sight. That is truly a scary sight, because let's be real, they're going to get better. They're not getting any worse than they were this year, and they won the Super Bowl. So with Rashee Rice in year 2, yes, Kelsey's aging, but I mean, you draft somebody to help take some of the load off of Kelsey, and we're going to be right back in this position where we're watching Patrick Mahomes play someone else in the Super Bowl. I genuinely think that we are truly, truly watching the beginning of a dynasty. I mean, and it's not even like I'm trying to quote unquote glaze or anything, bro. This man is just on another level. That's just a fact. That's a fact. He's on a different level from everyone. And I don't really think there's a comparison. Everyone want to say, oh, Burrow is the only one that can save us, man. Listen, that team has gotten significantly worse. Ain't nobody saving us from this man. We just gonna have to hope Mahomes can slow down. If not, sit back, grab your popcorn, grab your soda, grab your pop, whatever y'all call it, where y'all from, and you might as well just go ahead and enjoy the show. Ain't no point in hating on greatness. You might as well just go ahead and enjoy the show, because right now we are witnessing greatness in the flesh.